The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, July 21st. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, the Savage One, Mr. Tony Spark. Tony, how you doing today?
Doing pretty dang good this morning, buddy. How are you?
You know, I'm doing all right. Got a good night's sleep, feeling good this morning. It's the middle of the week, so nothing to complain about there either.
No, it is home day, yeah, which you'll hear in just a sec. But yeah, it is midweek, man, which unfortunately, coming soon, it won't matter. I won't have 2 in a row off anymore. Split days.
Yeah. But you'll get a normal
I won't
schedule.
know what a hump day is anymore.
Yeah. You know, but you'll have a life too, you know, so you'll be able to go out in the evenings and you know, do what normal people do and not have to be Edward the Vampire.
Yeah, you guys won't get too many exhausted versions of me, so.
Exactly.
Yes, getting up early to do them every day is kind of tough sometimes.
Well, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question for my co-host. Now, we all have our own personal thoughts about religion and church and things along those lines. But, Tony, if you were to protest a church or, express your dismay for religion, how would you go about doing it?
I don't... Repeat again? Sorry, my brain didn't process that. That's how awake I am, apparently.
If you were protesting a church or expressing your dismay for religion in general, how would you go about doing that?
Oh, I'd do it Florida man style, man. I would run around in my underwear with big ass flags and like a bandana and a fake mullet.
Well, you know what, Tony?
I don't know. I don't know how I would really do it, but it just seems fit.
You are not too far off.
Woohoo!
So a man is behind bars after allegedly walking into an LDS church naked on Sunday, July 18th, around 9:45 a.m. Officers responded to several reports of a man who removed all of his clothing inside an LDS church in St. George, Utah. Police dispatchers who took the 911 calls reported they heard the suspect shouting in the background. According to a probable cause statement, the suspect, later identified as 40-year-old Jeremy David Miller, allegedly stripped off his underwear and, while completely nude, removed various items from the trunk of his Jeep, scattering them on the church lawn. Multiple witnesses at the church told officers they were terrified that there was about to be a shooting at the church. Of course, where's he going to hold the guns? I mean, naked. Once inside the church, police said Miller allegedly slammed a child's car seat onto a table and knocked the sacrament tray and water onto the ground. Police said there were around 100 people inside the church, including children of various ages. He then drove off in his Jeep before officers arrived at the scene. Around 9:55 a.m., officers found Miller at his home along with a Jeep matching the description seen by witnesses at the church. According to a statement, officers knocked on the door of the home when Miller exited the home, shouting and cursing at the officers. He continued to shout, curse, and struggle against officers until handcuffs were applied, officers wrote in the probable cause statement. Miller faces possible charges of lewdness involving a child, criminal mischief, assault against a police officer, and interfering with an arresting officer. So, don't go walking into a church naked. Don't act crazy, knock stuff off, and then just take off in your Jeep. It's not a good way to go, and you're going to get hit with a whole bunch of charges.
Oh, absolutely. It's just the
funny thing is you don't hear that coming out of Utah too much. I mean, that would be a perfect Florida story. Maybe even northern Nevada here, but St. George, Utah, that doesn't happen, right?
No, definitely not St. George. Come on, man.
Everybody there is so wholesome and clean. And my only question is, obviously marijuana is not legal there. What did he get into? Bath salts, prescription drugs? Who knows?
Yeah, just who knows what he's wanted for, but geez, people are crazy, man. Doesn't have to be Florida. Florida gets the spotlight for that, but man, there is a lot of crazies everywhere you go.
Absolutely. Well, you're not crazy if you are watching or listening to this show.
No.
And it is Wednesday. We've got a wonderful show lined up for you today. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Hump Day! Yeah!
It is Hump Day, and as we do on Wednesdays, we do Words Are Hard. We have a segment called Denied College Edition, and we close out the day with a little segment called This Day in History. Well, folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Behold, my precious. Ooh, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude. Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box. Woohoo! Yee-hoo! Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIX media.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We've got a little thing we talk about each episode. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys, the listeners and watchers, an opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe you decided to strip off your clothes and run around church naked. We want to hear about it. We certainly want to hear about it. Give us a call on the Fenix Line at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together and put them out in a future show. Now, it is Wednesday, and as we do on Wednesdays, we like to explore the English language, some of the oddness and weirdness surrounding it, with a segment I like to call Words Are Hard. So today's topic comes actually from one of my boys. We were driving around the other day, and Corbin, much like me, has a brain that's a repository of useless, trivial knowledge. And just out of the blue, he asks, hey, Dad, do you know what ibophobia is? I have no idea. He said it's the fear of words that are spelled the same forward as they are backwards. In fact, ibophobia is a palindrome, which is same word spelled forward and backwards, which is actually kind of ironic because if you have a fear of palindromes, well, you can't tell people that you have this phobia because your phobia is that phobia. It's just Inception level type stuff there. But it got me thinking about some, strange phobias, obviously the strange names that are associated with them. So in today's Words Are Hard, Tony, I'm going to throw a phobia name at you and see if you can guess the ridiculous fear that it is. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Some of them, the name of the phobia relates directly to what it is. Others, it's kind of, just outside the box. But let's see what sort of ridiculous answers you can come up with, Tone. Our first one here on Words Are Hard, ridiculous phobias. The phobia is turophobia. That's turophobia.
That is being afraid of Jacob Toretto. Toretto.
Good guess, but sadly, no. You will never see this person going to Gourmelt because they have a fear of cheese.
Oh, wow. Why do you have a fear of cheese? Cheese is delicious.
Cheese is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's one of the 4 main food groups, right?
Well, absolutely. I love cheese.
Vegetables, fruits, cheese, bread. Well, dairy. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I was going to say, it falls in the dairy category. But I'm scared of cheese, especially when it gets moldy. Don't like the blue cheese.
Let's keep moving on here on Words Are Hard. The next ridiculous phobia for you to try and take a stab at, Tony, is ergophobia. What is ergophobia? And it's not ergo F yourself.
Ergo? I don't know that one. I don't have a good guess for ergo. Ergo.
Well, hopefully you can't say this about some of your employees. Ergophobia is a fear of work.
Nope. Well,
I'm sorry I can't work today. I'm afraid of.
I'm afraid of work, but I need to get paid. So let's go.
Let's move on with our next one here on Words Are Hard. Hopefully this is one that you don't have, Tony. The phobia, Venustrophobia. Venustrophobia.
Fear of Venus flytraps. Wow.
Good guess. Fantastic guess. Fear of beautiful women.
Oh, wow. Well, I get that. I get not being able to talk to them, but I'm scared. She's so beautiful. Yeah, I need alcohol. I don't know, man. That's just intimidating sometimes. I can see that being a real thing. Yeah.
I wonder if it's you see a model on TV or in a magazine and be like, no.
Yeah, no.
That level of fear.
Definitely not that.
Well, let's keep rolling on. Talking Words Are Hard. All right, next phobia for you, Tony. Let's see if I can get this one out. It's a tough one. It's conskotoliophobia. Conskotoliophobia.
The fear of getting a boner in public.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Well, at least I swung. I gave you something for it.
Hey, yeah, all
better than
good
the second
guesses.
one. And the second one, I had nothing. I'm like, I don't know.
You know, these are also ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that popped up. Literally.
Boing, boing.
Actually, I peeked down the list. That is a thing. It's ithphalophobia. Ithphalophobia, fear of erect penises. But that's not the one I asked. It's consecatolia phobia. Well, you won't find them at any sushi joint or Chinese food restaurant. It is a fear of chopsticks.
I have a fear that chopsticks because they're wooden and they don't touching my chicken.
Let's keep moving on. Talking words are hard. All right. Easier one to say. Let's see if you can guess what it is. Tony, it is genophobia. I jinked myself. Genophobia. Again, that's genophobia.
Phobia of having Geno Smith as your quarterback on your football team.
You get
valid.
Nothing. You lose.
No, you lose. You lose if you have Geno Smith as your quarterback on your football team.
Well, hopefully he doesn't blow one of these out. Genophobia is a fear of knees.
He has a set of knees, unless he's Lieutenant Dan. Jeez. Lieutenant Dan, you
hopefully
got new legs.
He's not the bee's knees, because they'd be afraid of that too. So let's keep moving on. Talking words are hard. Next phobia for you to guess, Tony, is pagonophobia. It's pagonophobia.
It's oh gosh.
I'll give you a hint, Tone.
Okay.
You will never find anybody with pagonophobia talking to me specifically.
Fear of listening to the radio.
Oh, so close.
Because you have the radio voice, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Fear of the golden voice.
The beard.
Fear of beard. You do have a big beard.
All right, Tony, let's keep moving on. Talking words are hard. Cool name for sort of a weird phobia. The phobia for you to guess, Tony, is sinistrophobia. That's sinistrophobia.
Fear of listening to the album Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth. Like, it's just too heavy. You're going to be scared. It's just too heavy for your ass. You got to be a little worried.
If I was going to take a stab at this one, I would have been, fear of Green Lantern villains. Sinestrophobia.
Green Lantern!
But actually, it's a fear of things to your left or left-handed people.
Left-handed people, you can't trust them.
Where do people come up with this? This is crazy.
I have a fear of it. It's just weird to me. It just freaks me out.
Well, speaking of ridiculous fears, let's move on with our next one here in Words Are Hard. Here you go, Tony. Take a stab at omphalophobia. Omphalophobia.
Fear of a limp penis. Like it just when you can't perform, it's like a limp biscuit. It just doesn't go.
And when you can't perform, that sad trombone sound should be just like a soundtrack that pops up anyway. So, but actually, omphalophobia is the fear of belly buttons.
Oh, I can see that. Sometimes there's lint that comes out of there.
Yeah, there's lint, but I mean, to be deathly afraid of it, I don't know about that. But
some of these phobias are just weird, dude.
Yep. But these fears exist for a reason, because people have them. So let's keep moving on. Words are hard. All right. Here's another one that's going to be a mouthful for me to say, and actually a hint towards what it is. It is arachabuterophobia. That's arachabuterophobia.
Fear of bats? I'm sure it's
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The hint was a mouthful. Fear of having peanut butter stick to the roof of your mouth.
Okay.
Apparently
I don't know why that's fear. Just don't eat peanut butter. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That seems like a pretty simple one.
And that's one of those foods that you can easily avoid. It's not like, I didn't know it was in there.
I don't know. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Joey, come get the peanut butter in my mouth. I'm stuck.
Oh, let's keep moving on. Words are hard. All right, this next one, Tony, is deepnophobia. Deepnophobia. What are they afraid of?
Of Jeff Bezos's flaccid rocket, or phallic rocket, space.
Tony, I have to wonder where your mind is this morning.
Yeah, it's on penis, apparently.
Well, your answer?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
No, deepnophobia is the fear of dinner parties.
Then don't have a dinner party.
You schmuck.
Jeez Louise.
Here's one that I think everybody has a little bit of a fear of, or maybe the opposite is a fear for them. Here on Words Are Hard. It is coprastasophobia. Coprastasophobia. What are they afraid of?
Cornucopias?
Good guess, but... Fear of being constipated.
No. No,
Of course,
you definitely don't, you won't be able to poop. So I get it.
Exactly. The irony is that the opposite of that, where you have to poop and there's no control over it, I actually call that the fear, because it happens when you're driving along and there's no bathroom around, and that fear just takes over. But needless to say, let's head on into our last entry here on Words Are Hard. We're talking phobias. Tony's taking a guess, and this one I think you might actually get. All right, so bear with me on this. It is hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia. Again, that's hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia. Certainly a long name.
I'm going to have to say it has something to do with being afraid of a hippopotamus, but I'm not sure. It just sounds like that's where my mind would go. But it's going to be something silly.
Yeah, even though that was
it's going to be a penis word.
I award
like
you no points.
Ginormous penis.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Well, you got one part right. Ginormous. It's actually the fear of long words. And it in itself is a long word, just like ibophobia, which I mentioned at the top of the segment. Well, folks, that does it for this segment. When we come back, we've got a segment called Denied College Edition. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show, and we are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, you can also get us from the comfort of your own home or on the go with the NGBN.TV mobile application or smart TV app. Just click in there, go to the Fenix Media channel. You can find us and other great Fenix Media shows as well. Now, if you want to get a hold of me on social, I'm available at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K, Fenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Instagram and Twitter at Fenix Media Radio. Tony is available at facebook.com/Tony Spark. That's SPARK 81, or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo 81. Now in this segment, I got thinking a little bit about college. You know, college isn't for everybody, and it really shouldn't be. You know, I'm a huge advocate of trade schools. Tony, I know you started with community college, but ultimately you found a great career that has wonderful benefits, and you know, maybe it just wasn't for you. You know, have you ever thought about going back to college at some point?
No. The reason being is I'm pretty comfortable. I guess if I ever get the itch to change, I would look at doing stuff. I admire people like my uncle who went to the Navy and is still able to go do schooling. Like he went to a trade school to become a mechanic. He's been doing that for about 3 to 4 years now. Now he's getting a little burned out because, you know, his body's starting to get a little banged up and beat up from doing it. So now he's looking at doing computer programming. So he's going back and doing a trade for that. So, you know, I think it's awesome for people that are brave enough to do that. But yeah, I was going to go to be a journalist, like to write for newspapers. So I'm glad that it didn't quite work out for me, you know.
What's a newspaper?
Exactly. There ain't much there. So, and I'm doing at least some type of journalism. I get to do, you know, radio and reviews, you know.
Yeah, entertainment reports and fun stuff like that.
Good stuff for that, yeah.
And for me, you know, I went to a film school down in Southern California. The admissions process was difficult because it was hard to get into. There were only so many spots, and so a lot of work went into it. Luckily, I got in, which is awesome. But in thinking about that, pulled up a list of college admission officers who shared why they rejected certain students. So let's go ahead and get into this list with Denied College Edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college. Albert Einstein. Pocahontas never went to college. Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, they had a great run. Both Lewis and Clark. Suzanne Summers? Bono?
Bono.
Bono.
All right, this first one from a user Fiesta On says, the worst case I've seen is a kid openly admit in his application essay that he was a habitual cheater throughout high school, but it taught him how to become resourceful and think outside the box. I've never seen an application get denied faster. I would imagine,
somebody that's almost like a job application, like, kind of a klepto. I do like to steal, but hey, for you guys, I won't do that if hired.
I've stolen stolen everywhere else I worked, but not here. I learned from those mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. That makes you want to accept somebody. Jeez. Way to be resourceful, man.
Exactly. Well, let's keep moving on with Denied College Edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
This one from user Deleted. Obviously, that's not the real name, but says, I'm a teacher. One student I worked with had his acceptance to Stanford rescinded. He's a low-income minority student with an excellent GPA and ACT scores. On paper, he's a talent and diversity score for schools. When he got his acceptance letter, he tweeted at Stanford something like, F yeah, I got in. That prompted them to click on his Twitter, where they saw all this effed up shit about misogyny and drug use. They called our school and told us that they were no longer interested in admitting him as a student. You think? Yeah. Colleges are going to check your social media. Work applications are going to check your social media. Don't go on there spouting off all kinds of stupid stuff that's going to get you either in trouble or deny you college admission like this.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
Well, let's keep rolling on, talking Denied College Edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
Again, this one from user Deleted. Boy, they like to chime in on this subject.
Deleted!
Says, I rejected a student who applied to our PhD program to work with me because she plagiarized my paper in the personal essay of her application. Ouch.
Okay.
Plagiarism by itself is bad enough. But plagiarizing the person that you are admitting or trying to get in with, that's just stupid.
Oh, dude, that's beyond dumb. I swear I got on this. It's like, sure.
Well, let's keep moving on. Denied College Edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
This from user Met Lover says,
Met Lover, oh, Met Lover.
An admissions officer at W&M, William and Marymount, I think, once told me about this student who had submitted a beautifully written essay. It was not only well written, but emotional and spelling and error-free. Overall, a fantastic essay. The admissions officer was just about ready to accept her right then when she saw that at the end of the essay, the student had written, and that's why I want to go to UVA. Oops. They recycled an essay that they used for a different college.
Don't.
Ouch.
Yikes.
Oh, speaking of yikes, let's keep rolling on with Denied College Edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
From Extreme Chaos, don't do this, folks. Said, we had a kid once send his own worn and slightly smelly shoe along with a note that said, hope this helps get my foot in the door. It didn't.
It's clever, though. There's no way in hell it was going to get you in, but man, that is kind of clever, though.
It's clever, but at least send a new shoe. Go to Costco, buy a pair of $14 sneakers and send it,
Right. Oh, man.
Not a smelly shoe. Please don't.
Smelly shoe.
Moving on. Denied College Edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
This from user DurSmart says, my mom is an admissions counselor. The worst story I've ever heard from her is about an outstanding student who had a top GPA, top test scores, and a good essay, except my mom had never heard of their school. She does some searching and can't find anything on the school, which is odd. So she types in the address on Google Maps. She finds an abandoned school that no one has attended for years. Kid forged the entire application. I thought it was impressive, but she did not get in. obviously instantly denied. Yeah, don't make up a school you went to. Ironically, kind of the premise of the soundbite I've been playing from Accepted, where they kind of create and make up their own school. So,
not everybody goes to college.
Oh, speaking of which, talking denied, college edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
This again from user deleted says, I rejected another student to our science PhD program because he said he didn't believe in data during our interview. Pretty much, if you are trying to go to a science program, if you don't believe in data, that'd be like saying, I want to become a minister, but I don't believe in God.
Yeah. Jeez.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't believe in it.
Oh, let's see.
What else to go? What else?
Moving on. Denied college edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
Just trying to find the more succinct ones. There's some really long ones in here. But this one, again, from user deleted, said, this is a verbatim email I received from a prospective student with only the schools and the basketball player's name redacted. Says, I think you were at my school and you are from school name. I have some questions first. I took the ACT and got a 17, but a 23 in math. What scholarships does that get me? Do you have classes with star basketball player? He's so dope. I want to study biochemistry and cure cancer. I really want to go to your school, but I'm going to go on my own terms. Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like saying, that kind of equates to like a job, right? Saying like, I'm going to work for you, but I am only going to do it on a day I feel good when I don't have is it arachnophobia? Argophobia?
Ergophobia, yeah.
Ergophobia, yeah. When my ergophobia doesn't kick in, I will be there, but I can't tell you when. Oh, and I have FMLA, and I only want to work certain times of the day, and it's my terms, it's my way or the highway. Just saying.
And I only write in text speak because I don't know proper English.
Exactly. That's it. I voice text all the days.
Exactly. Finally, here on Denied College Edition.
Listen, guys, there are plenty of successful people who didn't go to college.
All right. This one from user Dragged10. My favorite.
Dragged.
In a program about Common App essays, the university I wanted to attend told us the story of a particular applicant. He mentioned the show Dexter in his essay, then ended his essay with something along the lines of, I would definitely become Dexter and kill bad guys. Needless to say, he was rejected.
Yeah, we don't need a real life Dexter. Yeah, we don't want that.
No, not good. Well, folks, that does it for this segment. When we come back, we're heading to the final segment of the show. It is time for This Day in History, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks, to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We've made it to the fourth and final segment of this episode. Now, if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god? Well, actually, it's quite small.
Well, shit.
Not a god. Not a god.
While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think and tell your friends. Because why, Tony?
Because
I like turtles.
And sharing is caring. Like, subscribe, tweet, share, follow, all that good stuff. And comment below. Follow along.
Especially if you like turtles. Well,
yes,
folks.
Especially, yes.
I like turtles.
As we do at this point of the show, we like to drop a little knowledge on you, hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Traversing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right, kicking things off this day in 285, Diocletian appoints Maximian as Caesar and co-ruler. Apparently, Caesar wasn't just one person. There were a number of different Caesars, but still badass name. It's Diocletian, Maximian.
He had a lot of variants, didn't he?
A lot of variants, yeah.
A lot of variants. Caesar will be the co-ruler because Maximin is he's a little crazy now.
Including a alligator version as well. So
yes. You better have like that little wreath thing that goes behind his head. Yeah, the gator.
I'll give you a little time on this one, Tony, because this day in 1798, Napoleon Bonaparte wins the Battle of Pyramids in Egypt, also known as the Battle of Mbabe, against Mamluk rulers, wiping out most of the Egyptian army. Of course, we all know how he celebrated, headed on down to the Pharaoh's ice cream chain with a Piggly Wiggly trough.
Excellent!
Moving on, this day in 1865, in Market Square of Springfield, Missouri, Wild Bill Hickok shoots and kills Davis Tutt in what is regarded as the first true Western showdown. Guy had a badass mustache, badass mullet, but a Western folk hero, and those shootouts weren't just for the screen; they actually happened.
You know what's weird is that Wild Bill, I didn't realize, same picture and everything, There used to be in Carson City next to, well, it's not even there anymore, but the 7-Eleven on Highway 50 and Airport, like right next to that used to be a gas station called Wild Bill's. And it had a picture of him.
Hey, there you go.
Completely does not exist anymore.
Say what? All right. This day in 1873, Jesse James and James Younger gangs first train robbery at Adair, Iowa. This is what kicked off their train robberies, and it's obviously made him the outlaw legend that he is.
Yeah, you should have really put that on his college resume. He could have gone to bigger and better heights than being a train robber had he just followed through on his college essay.
And it was a clean-cut, good-looking dude too. So
yeah, it was crazy.
Speaking of crazy, moving on.
He was Jax Teller before Jax Teller.
There you go. This day in 1925, John T. Scopes is found guilty of teaching evolution in the Scopes monkey trial in Dayton, Tennessee. He's fined $100 plus costs. Crazy thinking that teaching evolution would get you, fined, possibly thrown into jail, and now it is pretty much the standard.
Yeah, if it would have only been $25 if it was Dayton, Nevada, it would have been much cheaper to teach it there.
Exactly.
Tennessee, yeah.
Moving on, this day in 1952, The Quiet Man, film directed by John Ford and starring John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara, is released in the UK. One of the few non-Western John Wayne roles.
All right, Little Pilgrim. It's my first and only movie that doesn't insist that I'm a cowboy. I'm working with John Ford.
Too many Johns. This day in 1960, Siramavo Bandranaki becomes the world's first. Thank you. Becomes the world's first female elected head of government as Prime Minister of Ceylon, also known now as Sri Lanka. And we mention it all the time. I love seeing firsts, especially for women and minority groups that didn't necessarily have a chance in years past, and love to see pioneers like this.
Yeah, never heard of her until today. Based on her picture, she looks like she can make some badass bread. Like she's like a grandma.
Oh, totally.
Like would just totally bake some badass bread. I don't know why.
Bring it to the state meetings.
Yeah, that's just what I see. Yeah, she looked like a happy lady that liked to bake.
Exactly. Let's move on. This day in 1971, gangster Sam Giancana returns to the United States after spending 7 years of exile in Mexico. How bad did Mexico have to be for him to return back to a place where he was wanted?
Yeah, exactly. It must have been really bad for him. And I'm sorry, he looks like a lame-ass gangster. He doesn't look scary at all.
I don't know. I wonder if he ended up in a Chicago overcoat.
Yeah.
You know what? That reminds me.
I think a nice suit, but nice glasses, dude.
I think next Wednesday we'll bring back the old timey slang for words are hard.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Moving on, this day in 1983 goes to show that nothing in life is free. When a storm cut short Diana Ross's free concert in New York's Central Park. Oh, can you imagine? I get to see Diana Ross for free.
No, not Diana Ross's free show. What about the children?
Moving on, this day in 1987, Guns N' Roses debut the album Appetite for Destruction. Their debut album, Appetite for Destruction, is released and becomes the best-selling debut album of all time with more than 30 million copies sold.
Fantastic album. Not sure why they used those pictures of Slash and Axl. I would have used their Appetite era, versus more modern, but damn good album, though. Damn good album.
Moving on, this day in 1989, Mike Tyson knocks out Carl Williams in 1:33 for the heavyweight boxing title. Wow, talk about a fast match, and think about the money people paid just to see that, and over in 1:33.
Down goes Williams, and still champion Mike Tyson. That was like literally in the 80s, so that would have been like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out era. Carl Williams was Little Mac, and then you had Doc. Get up, Mac. Get up.
Moving on, this day in 1990, this would have been a hell of an experience to see. Pink Floyd's The Wall is performed where the Berlin Wall once stood. Oh, that would be an awesome experience.
Hello, is there anybody in there?
Moving on, this day in 2007, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the final book in the series by J.K. Rowling, is published worldwide. 11 million copies sell in 24 hours. Well, you got to know how it ends, right?
Yeah, you got to know. Hello, Harry, all gots to know. Or you, who's your father? Is it Sirius Snape? Or is it Tom Riddle? Or is it Voldemort? I don't know, but I'm going to pick up this book and read it and find out.
And then finally, on this day in history, this day in 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy, directed by James Gunn, starring Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana, premieres in Hollywood. Of course, they include a picture of Vin Diesel, who literally had two different lines. I am Groot, and we are Groot. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all I had to do. No big deal. And who would have thought? Like, I remember when that movie came out, I'm like, I don't know about this movie. Then I saw it, and I was like, I effing love this movie.
One of my favorites of the MCU.
Oh, it's amazing.
And before we head out for the day, folks, let's run down some of today's holidays, where we talk about the things that we like, well, to celebrate. For instance, Tony, today is Invite an Alien to Live With You Day.
All right. Hey, Space Coast to Coast, if you want to live with me today, tough shit, you're out of luck.
Yeah, we try to deter aliens around here with all of Jesse's water cups left everywhere. Sea signs. You'll know the reference.
Yeah.
Today is Legal Drinking Age Day. So if you're 21, do it.
Do it, dog. Do it.
Today is National Be Someone Day. I feel like there's one of those once a week, pretty much.
I think instead of being Tony Spark today, I'll be Tony Sanfilippo. That's who I'll be
You'll
today.
be someone.
I'm going to be somebody.
Today is National Hot Dog Day. We're going to get ourselves a Costco hot dog a little bit later on.
There you go. Get some flavored water and chocolate starfish.
Today is National Junk Food Day. I guess a hot dog would count as that as well, right?
Yeah, eat some chips with it. Just go hand in hand there.
Exactly. It is National Tug of War Tournament Day. Okay. It is Take Your Poet to Work Day.
And
my favorite of all, Take a Monkey to Lunch Day.
Yay! Do it, dog!
Folks, that does it for today's show. We will be back tomorrow on a Thursday with my favorite segment, Florida Man. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Peace!